Hello, my lovelies. How we doing? I feel like the weather's just a bit schizophrenic at the moment, or has a bit of an identity disorder. Because I feel like I've been hot all week, and now I feel like the house is about to blow down. It's very confusing. So how are we all? How's life going? Sarah Bogg, you are first on my screen. How you doing, Bobs?
I'm not too bad actually. It's very windy here as well, but it's actually stupidly warm.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like my brain doesn't comprehend. Like
Yeah,
it's 19 degrees, but it feels like I should be wearing a woolly jumper.
yeah,
I've
it's
got some kind of disordered association between what the weather sounds like and what the weather feels like. And for those of us with sensory issues, that's not much fun. So how are you, my lovely? I saw
yeah,
that you finally got your diagnosis, which is amazing.
yeah.
Are you feeling more at peace now?
It is what it is, isn't it? It just gives you
It just
that bit extra support.
well, it just gives you that kind of like, okay, we know.
I'm not going mad.
Yeah, it's not me.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not insane.
yeah, yeah. I don't know really where I've been the last week, if I'm honest. I lost myself a bit. I'm not gonna lie, I've not even this is me like, oh, it's here. I was gonna say I've not even written this for about a week. I've got it here to do after tonight.
Okay.
Because
So
I just lost myself a little bit, which is not like me.
first
So
and foremost, it happens to everyone.
yeah.
Number one. Number two, just gently recommit. As soon as you start going, oh my God, what's wrong with you, woman? And like giving yourself a hard time, what then happens is your brain starts to put resistance in there. So it's just
Mm.
that, oh, you just kind of, it has to be like a realization and a gentle, compassionate recommitment.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And then you just go, okay, start again. It's fine.
So I officially go back to work at the end of the month, but I am going
Okay.
on 6 weeks leave until November. I've
How
been on
does that
sick
feel?
for over a year, and then I was on maternity leave for 9 months before that. So and I've worked all my life, so it's been a big change being off, and then it's a
It's going to be,
terrifying change going back.
yeah, yeah. And it will be. So
Yeah.
you just have to kind of, when you have the thoughts, the thoughts, I think you just need to write them down because when they're out of your head and on black and white, it doesn't hurt as much. It's
No.
it's not as scary. And then look at the evidence. So if your first thought is, I won't have any friends there, I'm just using this as an example,
Yeah.
right? I won't have any friends there. And you go, oh my God, I'm not going to have any friends. And then you go, I've always made friends in every job that I've ever had. And even if there aren't people that are still there that I know, I'll make new friends.
Mm.
And then that's dusted. You can tick it off. And
Yeah.
then if you think about, oh, I'm going to be slow, catching up again, just go, everyone will understand. Do you know what I mean? So, but once it's out of your head and onto black and
Mm.
white paper, it doesn't have as much control of you.
Yeah.
That
To be
makes
fair,
sense.
I am nervous about going back, but my new manager, she's already reduced my hours to 16
Yeah.
hours instead of full time. So the thought of going back full time is absolute no go. But I'll be doing like 5.5 hours for 2 days and 5 hours for one day.
Yeah. I mean, the thing full time is a completely different kettle of fish, isn't it? It's like you have to be super kind of like you just so I'm just again, you have to be super like organized, because it's when you work full time, it's that whole thing about kids and home and whatever, and there's no gaps. So it's like you hit the ground running every morning,
Yeah.
and that's scary. That would scare me. And mind you,
Yeah.
I'm highly unemployable now, so that's fine. But
I feel like I need to I couldn't have gone back full time because I work in finance and I could potentially pay people wrong.
right,
Because my mind and the fibro fog and everything is
yeah,
just on another level of what the hell. So um the actual thought of potentially going back full time and then having that sat on my shoulders as well
yeah,
is she has put me on some tasks that are just going to be solely for me, that it doesn't matter if I mess up, it's easily
rectified.
adjusted.
Okay,
So she's been super
she's
encouraging.
amazing. I like her.
My boss before this that I've had,
Was it?
like all the time I've worked at the uni 13 years, but all the time I've been in that department for like nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
She's like, I've been off since September 2021,
Oh
and
wow.
she's seen me in a bad state when I've been into uni to just have a catch up and things. And she's never once mentioned about me going back part-time, even reducing my days just to a few hours less per day. This woman's got it down with occupational health that if I need to go off for a nap or whatever, I can do that and catch up. And I'm just like, you've been in this job, like this was all in place within 3 weeks of being there. And I was like, I've had no support whatsoever. Thank you, Amy. Yeah. That's what we need, supportive people.
Well, that's it. It's just the universe has aligned, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
And just got you into a place where, that does make sense. These are my people.
Yeah.
So that's a good
I am looking forward to going back, but there's been a lot of changes like on my team. There's like, obviously my old boss has gone. Somebody left because of my old boss.
Hardly surprising because she's self-liked.
Yeah, I mean, they got a payout as well, so a bit air in the backside when she tried to make everything go a bit mental for that person, but no, it didn't work. It went the other way. So, and then like people have retired since, and I'm like, I don't even know half of these new people.
But this is what I was saying to you.
Yeah.
If I was going back to a job, my first thought would be, I haven't got any friends.
Yeah.
Right. But then that's when you put it down in black and white and go, but I've always made friends. You're the kind of person, you'll always make friends. You'll sit down next to somebody and start chatting to them in a train station.
Oh, no, I am. I'm not that sort of person. People think I am. I'm quite ignorant and rude. I talk to you lot because I feel like you know me, but if I came to a meeting with you guys and I've not spoke to you like this, I didn't recognize anyone or had a bit of a chit chat with anyone, I would stand in a corner until someone spoke to me.
Do you really though?
Yeah, but when people know me, I don't shut up. You wish you didn't know me because then I would. Yeah, I'm not.
I don't see it. I feel like you're going to be that kind of person that just because I talk to everybody. I'm antisocial, but I'm very chatty. It's a very strange combination. And I just think you'd be that kind of person that'd be like
I am absolutely when I know, yeah. But if I don't, no, I don't speak to you. I won't say boo to a goose. Real mild. But anyway, I think I did have a couple of days where I just thought, oh, what is even going on? And I just thought, just shake it off, crack on with life.
Yeah.
Today I felt, and I don't think my meds are helping either because I'm on such a low dose. So I'm just like, that's why I'm fidgeting. Sorry, I'm just like pushing on my hips and my back. Sorry.
It's all right. Did you tell me that they put you on amitriptyline? Is that?
Yeah, but I'm only on a really low dose, and
Is it still just the 10 milligram?
No, I'm on 20.
Woohoo! You hit the big numbers, baby.
Increased by 10. Still 100 milligrams different to what I was on previously, but I know
but it
put you on a big dump.
The thing is, it does work in a different way, and amitriptyline won't make you as drowsy, and it won't make you as kind of like spaced a little bit, because it as we talked about last time, it's a tricyclical kind of one that works on the membrane surrounding the brain. So it is actually very, very helpful. But they have to get the right dose, because if they go one step too far, one step too quickly, you will be a space cadet.
Yeah, and I appreciate
that really will be off with the fairies at that point. You'll be like,
I have just got something fun to tell you actually. So I've decided I'm going to do a photo shoot. Helps that the photographer is my husband. As my fairy, who is called Betty, because I can't just refer to her as my fairy.
That's fine. You call Betty the fairy.
And I've decided I'm going to do some crazy photo shoot as my alter ego fairy. So I shall keep you all updated.
I can't wait. So, bated breath over here, mate. I'm like, okay then, let's have a check of that one out.
So that'll certainly make you all giggle if nothing else, because I don't ever pose properly for him. We did an empowerment photo shoot, and he collabs with a few other, he's the main photographer, but he collabs with a few others, and there was a newbie who he's kind of took under his wing, and he's like teaching her the tricks of the trade and everything. And he was like, will you do her picture? She won't answer you back. But like there was only like a handful of people that knew he was my husband, and I was like, yeah, it's a right knob. Like the people was just like, and I was like, no, seriously, I can say that he's my husband. Like he's not just a random person I'm giving grief to, one of each.
I feel like we ought to do at some point. I need to organise a perimenopause or a menopause photo shoot as well, because I need to empower women. I got contacted by Holland and Barrett, as it happens. They want me to do like an ad for them.
Wow!
About it's cool, but just talking about perimenopause symptoms, and like, do you know all these different symptoms? And I just feel like I can feel it changing. you know, like I can just feel that the people are starting to talk about it a bit more.
Yeah.
So we've got to
get Joe on board with that. I'm putting her in touch with my husband, Stuart, about just getting out with the cameras. So you should put Joe in touch with you for that one. That'd be a good one.
I feel
a
like
fairy for a fairy.
Yeah, I just feel like we need to do. Yeah, anyway, I digress. You just got my interest now. I was like, photo shoots.
Sorry, it's me digressing, isn't it?
Don't encourage me. I do not need encouragement. That's one thing we do know. But yeah, so when it comes to just start the journal again tonight, create space for it, and in your head, just go, I'm just creating space for it. You know, maybe there wasn't space last week. Maybe you were doing something else and you were just, you know, there was a lot going on mentally for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, there really was.
And that's the thing. And the thing is that journaling is a habit and it's a very beneficial habit, but it takes a while to get into it properly. I think the thing is that you have got to be in that right mindset for it, but it's like chicken and the egg. If you do it regularly, it gives you a good mindset, but if you're not in a good mindset, you find it difficult to do it. So it's kind of like that way around. But it's just, you know, it's good for you.
Yeah, it is. And because it's like I write poetry to empty my head, but I need to get in the thing of writing in my journal as well as just putting a load of poetry on paper. Although I am in the process of getting a poetry book published. So
love.
Yeah, so yeah, so I wanted to do it for ages and I've sought advice, and so as much as I've not been myself for the last week, I've also gone boom, let's have all these ideas. It's all fun. Get it wrote down so I don't forget.
So you saying it might be me that's ADHD. I think we can conclude that it is. I think let's just say it is you. You know, because I do that. I go hyper focus on one thing and then hyper focus on 20 things and then focus on absolutely nothing. Then focus on that and don't focus on this. And my partner's got whiplash sometimes because like we're writing a book, no, we're releasing a podcast, no, and he's like, I don't know what we're doing. And I'm like, it's fine, just go with the flow. Woo.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be aware, because you can get highs, like euphoric highs. I'm not talking like bipolar highs, but you can get euphoric highs and try and do too much. And it's usually when if your brain works anything like mine, you get to a good place because you're doing all the right habits, right? And it gets you to a good place. And then you bugger it up by doing lots of different things. And then you don't do the things that helped you get there. And then you have to start again.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's just trying. Listen, exactly the same. I'm like in an amazing place and I stopped doing my yoga, stopped doing my journaling, and then I crashed 2 weeks later and I'm like, what happened? So it's just remembering to keep on doing things. And almost what I want you to think about, Sarah, is what is my secret recipe? So journaling plus poetry plus something, like all the things that, when you're doing all of these things, you're always in a good place. Yeah. Because when you come down from the good place and you start to go downwards, it's really hard to remember what helped. And then when you get right down to the bottom again, you then go, okay, it was this. And you have to, but it's like the momentum is like pushing porridge up a hill. Yeah. So when you feel yourself turning around or you feel your mood just slipping slightly, you go back to your checklist. Am I A, journaling? Am I B, right? And it's like that, as I say, it's like Sarah's secret recipe for success. I'm sure you could write about it.
I'm on it.
I knew you would. So
I need to write what you just said down, like Sarah's secret recipe for success, because that'll be gone within about 3 seconds.
Right.
So I'm on it. I'm writing that one down.
But that's what I'm saying, and it's just remembering that when your mood, when things aren't quite right, always going back to that secret recipe, because it'll always, if it works now, it'll work in 2 weeks, it'll work in 6 weeks, it'll work next year. Yeah. But you have to recommit, and being slightly, she says, but being ADHD, it's very, very difficult to remember to concentrate. And that's okay. It's just a different type of brain. It's not wrong. It's just different. Yeah?
Absolutely.
Fabulous, my darling. Joanne Merchant, how are you, my sweet pea?
All right, thank you. You?
I'm good. You're going up and down a lot at the moment, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
What's the story in Balamory, darling?
I've just got so much going on, but it's not all bad things. Like, it's just
a lot
crazy. Well, I've got obviously the play I'm doing. I've got a dance that I'm got to learn and perform, and obviously kids at home. yeah, and work. It's just lots going on, but it's not all bad things.
But
It's
is
just
it still
lots.
too much?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm tired. I am very, very tired. But at the same time, when I do all these things, I love it.
Okay. And that's a hard one, because the things that you don't necessarily love are things like work, housework, you know,
Yeah.
but they've got to happen. Whereas the things that actually, because you have to remember to listen to your body. So when your body's elated but tired, it's doable.
Yeah.
If your body's frustrated but tired, which actually is like a tiny little line between the two, you'd be shocked. It's like you can tip from tired and elated to tired and frustrated in, like, as we say in Yorkshire, like a gnat's chuff. I mean, it's Sarah's laughing. It's such a Yorkshire expression. I don't even know how to explain it to anybody who doesn't live in Yorkshire. I don't even know what it means. But it's like, what's a gnat's chuff? Becky? No, that's chuff. Anyway, so it's like that tinier a line, and you've got, I think your secret at the moment is going to be paying real attention to what your body tells you. Be really aware. It's your body saying that this is energizing you or draining you. Is your body saying that this is a good thing to do? Is it broadening you, or is it constricting you? Because when
it's good that it's getting me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, very good.
And it's getting me doing something that I've never ever even thought I'd dream of doing, let alone actually doing, which I think is amazing. It's just a lot of, it's late nights.
Yeah.
And then I got early mornings because of work. So that's what's creasing me. But then what I try and do is the nights that I don't have anything going on, I try and get an early night to try and catch up on what I've lost.
Which sounds like a good idea in theory.
Yeah.
However, your circadian rhythm is literally yelling at you, what the, right now.
Yeah.
Because it needs that stability. Oh, I mean, that's a tough one, because if I could quantify for you the benefits of feeding your fairy, which the show does, versus getting enough sleep, it would be an easy equation to look at, but we don't know what they look like.
Yeah.
Because it's how your soul reacts to them, not how your bank balance reacts to them. You know, we can't see it in pounds and pence. So it's really hard, because it will be boosting your confidence, getting you out of your comfort zone, growing you as a human, feeding your fairy, knackering you out, getting you frustrated, giving you headaches, you know. And it's like,
yes,
I couldn't call it, but that's what I'm saying. You need to learn to pay attention to your body. We've got zillions of receptor cells all over our body, and they tell us information in our gut, like our female intuition, in our energy levels, in like almost like spidey senses.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And the other thing that like we were like literally like a couple of weeks away from performing and still being very overwhelmed by how much I've got to learn and stuff like that.
But it's always a shit show. It only comes togetger at dress rehearsal. You have to know that. There's not a chance.
Keep telling me.
Yeah, it never. And even the dress rehearsal can go absolutely tits up. I'm telling you now, and it'll be all right on the night.
Yeah, that's what people keep telling me. But on a plus note, like obviously, I think you saw that those guys wrote that thing about me, about my profile, like about selfie.
Yeah.
Now I think back, like if that had happened like even 6 months ago, that would have bothered the hell out of me. And I would have gone on a massive downward spiral of negative thoughts and everything else. And it didn't. Like
no, I know, and I was like,
yeah. And so I was actually really proud of myself, because
I'm proud of you.
Didn't bother me.
Yeah, and you went, you know what? And that's when you know you're in a good place, because a good place is not always about strength. It's not always about big girl pants on. It's about resilience. It's like acknowledging that that's a stupid comment and bouncing back from it anyway.
Yeah. And I blocked them.
Exactly. Mate, if you ever want a giggle, wait until I put a video on my Facebook page and look at the first like day of comments, and then the second day I've just cleaned them all out.
Yeah.
Doesn't
No,
even
it didn't bother me. In fact, I find it quite funny that they can sit there and judge someone on a picture. And actually, if they'd have read the actual post, they would have realised why I put a selfie. Because it was advertising the makeup. But they just instantly jumped on me with all the negative
Sweetheart,
stuff.
I've been told that I'm lying about my age. I've been told that my hair's too long. I used to have hair down to about there, and people would comment on, don't you think you should have your hair cut? It's not appropriate for your age. I've had people tell me to stop. I had one woman message me going, listen, I just feel like I need to tell you that I would like to watch your videos, but it really puts me off because you're always playing with your hair. And I need you to stop because it's just so off-putting. I went, and I wrote back and went, it's okay. Feel free to unfollow me. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I get men telling me they love me and they want to marry me.
I get that one too.
And just
yeah. That's what I do. And that's what I did. So I was really proud of myself because, like I said, 6 months ago, that would have bothered the hell out of me.
Yeah. And you have to celebrate that as a kind of like line in the sand, or like a flag, like, so you understand I am making progress, because you sometimes wonder, am I really making progress?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
are.
Yeah, but no, I'm doing like journaling every day still, gratitude and all of that. So there may be the odd day I'll miss, but in general I do it every day.
Standard.
So
you're doing good.
In the morning.
Yeah.
So apart from the exhaustion, I'm doing all right.
You really are, and the exhaustion will be over in a couple of weeks, right?
That's it. And then like I've asked work if I could have, like, so I've got a holiday that I've got to use up for April, which I didn't know about until literally a couple of days ago that I had all this holiday. So I've asked for the 2 weeks after.
Nice.
I've done once I've done all the performances and everything, for 2 weeks afterwards, I've booked holiday. So I'm hoping they'll agree to that, and then I can then just shut off the whole world for 2 weeks. And just kind of recover a little bit, get my house back to normal, because I find that I'm neglecting the house a lot at the moment as well. So I'm just doing essential things like washing up because we need to eat.
Yeah.
And washing clothes.
You know, there's a way, I don't know if I've ever explained to you my theory on laundry. So I don't look at laundry as in done, not done, because it's never done. So I don't know about your house, maybe you have magic fairies that come, but in my house, laundry's never done, right? There's always something. You can be like, yes, finally got down to the washing basket, and somebody will come and go, within a minute, right? So instead of thinking in your head, done, not done, I want you to think of laundry as a cycle. So the beginning of the cycle is the clothes are dirty. They get put into the laundry basket. They go into the washing machine. They get dried. They come back upstairs. They get put away. They're done. Cycle. And all your items of clothing are somewhere in that cycle. Right? And it does not matter whether they're here or here or here. It's just a cycle.
Okay.
It's not a done, not done. It's just, it all goes like that. So it's just a cycle. So at the moment, there's more at the beginning of the cycle than there is at the end of the cycle.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, cool.
Stay with me, because it takes that whole pressure off you by thinking, oh, it's not done. It doesn't need to be done. It's just a cycle.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So just be kind, be as compassionate to yourself as you can be. And best of luck. It sounds great, but well done on you really must know you're getting that mindset now. It's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I know that I'm on this like huge journey, and that things are actually working because I've got that good mindset, and knowing that things like that don't bother me.
Exactly. So I'm on the right track. Carry on.
Yeah, exactly. So
well done, darling.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sally Watts, my lovely, how are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, a bit like Joe, really. Just I felt really flat today. And I just think it's a form of overload in that it's not all bad things, it's just all the things.
Lots of things. By the way, before I forget to tell you, in the challenge, it kept saying to me that your post was potentially spam and I had to publish it. And the same in the supersize group. Don't know what's gone on with your profile, but it just, for some reason. So if you have ever posted and I haven't noticed it, just nudge me, because I can't understand why.
Yeah, it was really odd. I was like, I'm posting and it's not.
Yeah. And it was the same in the challenge group, because when I went into the chat every day, I had to go into the challenge group, potential spam. Sally Watts published the post.
Ah, that's weird.
I
don't know what's going on with my profile. I don't use it as much as I used to. Maybe that's why.
Who knows? Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that's what's going on. So you've just got a lot going on.
Yeah, so a lot of it's really good. My son Harry got into the Bath Rugby development plan, which is massive. So
that's son number 2.
Yeah.
Toby's the older.
No, younger.
Yep. Okay.
Jack, my autistic, is the
Jack's
older.
the oldest one. Okay, got you.
Yeah, so he's doing really well, getting on the bus to go to college, really loving college. So that's really good.
Are you so proud of him?
Yeah, really, really proud. Really, really proud, because obviously that helps us as well. Yeah, he's doing really, really well. A bit bored on the days that he's not there, because obviously he's used to a kind of different routine, but we're trying. I wanted to leave him for a couple of weeks because I know it can be a lot. Harry's doing really. Harry wants to do everything. It physically exhausts me. Like, I can't take you that evening, Harry. I'm doing something for me. You're gonna have to get on your bike. I'll buy you new lights or something, because it's like physically haven't got I'll give you a £5 to go, but I haven't got the time to take you.
And you have to. Oh gosh, have I sent bollocks? Okay, sorry, excuse my language. I thought I was being really well, because I took on board what everyone was saying and sent it the night before, and I've bloody said it's tonight. Oh well, the newbies will have fun. I'll correct that one. Yeah, so, and it's a really important realization, Sarah, and it's actually a really good place for you, Sally, for you to be in, thinking, actually, do you know what? I can't do it all. Because the old you would have gone, people please, people please, people please, do everything, run around, and then collapse at the end of it.
Yeah.
So that's a really good, that's actually a massive step forward.
Sorry, being invaded. I can never get any space in my house where I'm just not interrupted.
I know.
So I started rehearsals for my Christmas show.
Amazing.
So that was what my post was about the other day, because I felt like I was being whispered about, and I hate that. Go to the director. If you've got a problem, go to the director. Don't whisper about me, or equally come and speak to me.
Is it Mean Girls?
Sorry?
Is it Mean Girls?
No, it is, what do I like to call them? People that have been there a really long time, and I'm new. But
I have an expression for them that you might like.
Go on then.
It's South African expression, because I had a lot of friends when I was in the Middle East that were from South Africa, and one of my colleagues used to have this expression and I loved it. He said it's like an old woman with wet pants. All right, because she sits in the corner and whines about everything.
Yeah.
Right. So in your head, just go, it's an old woman with wet pants. Like, she's just going to complain because she's cold and she's miserable.
Because I know I'm new to the group, but I've got 20 years experience.
It doesn't matter. The director's just cast you.
6 years professional, It
doesn't matter. The director has cast you. That's all. That's your only part of that business.
And I've done a lot to help. Because the director's new and I've done directing before, they've pulled me in with my expertise, and I feel quite chuffed, because it's actually like it's like a duck to water. I know it all,
and it's recognition.
I don't know it all, but so it feels really good to be a part of, like, last year I was new and now I'm a massive part of it. So much so as I'm rewriting song lyrics to fit the play, which is I'm feeling really chuffed about.
Awesome.
So and then I'm in a murder mystery this Saturday, which is why I can't do the course on Saturday, because I just thought it'd be too much.
You can't, definitely not.
No. So that's with a different group, because my group want to do a murder mystery and no one's done one before. So of course guinea pig me went, oh yeah, I'll do it. So I'm playing a starlet singer who's a lesbian, and this kind of stuff.
Wishful thinking.
The story's just hideous and funny all at the same time, but yeah, that's massively pushing me out of my comfort zone. I feel scared.
Okay, but is it so? Just catch a reframe on that one. Is it scary or itchy?
Itchy.
Right, so that's growth.
Yeah.
Scared is anxiety, scared is fear, scared is panic. Itchy, it's just you growing, and that's okay.
So I know it'll be fun.
Yep.
But
you'll learn loads.
It's not scripted, and I haven't done that in a really long time. Yeah, I'm gonna literally have to step into a new persona for the whole evening.
But the thing is, I mean, you've got all the capabilities of doing that. It's just your brain going, I've not done it before.
Yeah.
So, but if
I'm a bit worried about my voice. I'm having quite a lot of problems with my voice. I'm having it investigated. So I'm a bit worried about singing. I think that's the anxiety side of it.
Okay, but whenever you get anxious, it'll close. You know this very well. So it's kind of like, it's the whole hot lemon and honey and soothing it and gargling with salt water and all those kind of things.
Yeah, I'm trying to do loads of massage as well and drain it all, and yeah, I know what to do.
You know what to do, just do it. And you can't protect it. You can soothe it, you can't protect it. If it's going to go, it will go. But if you do the right things, there's less chance of it going. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. But
yeah,
if your voice is determined to go, it will just go. But if you do all the right things, you know.
I think I'm singing quite early on, so at least if I get that out of the way, but if I lose my voice towards the end of the evening, it's fine.
Be fine. You just have to do a husky number instead. It'd be fine.
Yeah, but I'm just not used to it because my voice has always been one of my strongest muscles. So to have it not like that, or to have it affected, really affects me. Whereas other medical things I've had don't necessarily bother me. This one's really bothering me.
But is it which way around is it? Is it because the fear of it is the fear of it causing the tightness, or is the tightness causing the fear?
The tightness is causing the fear.
But then that causes more tightness.
Yeah.
Okay. Affirmations.
Yeah, I'm finding relaxing really difficult at the moment.
Yeah. And that needs to happen, because you know what it's like, this area of your throat, if you're uptight all the time and you're doing that, it pinches all the neck and all the throat and everything. So what are you best at doing when you're relaxing? What's your best?
I think having a bath and doing a face mask and things like that is my best way to unwind.
When was the last time you did it? And there we are. Okay, so again, like I was saying to Sarah earlier on, what's your secret recipe? Do you know when we're doing the Secret challenge, when we talk about soothe my soul, and it's just thinking, what does soothe your soul?
I feel like I need to have time to do that, in that, you know, I like to spend like ages in the bath, and I'm out every evening. That's a lie. I'm in tonight. I could have a bath after this.
Yeah, why not?
But every other night I'm out, and yes, I almost feel like a pressure now because I've worked so much on my sleep. I feel the pressure to get into bed at the right time so that I can switch off, so that I can get up early to start the day, because I've got a good routine.
Well, instead of saying it's pressure, because I know this one, if I know the things that I need to do in order to get a good night's sleep, and being upstairs at a reasonable time is the first one, right? So, but it's, instead of saying it's a pressure, just kind of congratulate yourself on creating that routine, and just go, I'm going to start my ritual. Have you got any, like, I feel like you need like a floaty dressing gown or something so you can waft you know, and have your kind of, do you know what I mean? Because you're full of bloody boys in your house. I feel like you need to bring some feminine kind of waftiness.
My boys do love. I've got loads of bath crystal, like Epsom salts and smelly salts. My Toby and Harry both love those. I've got candles everywhere. Harry's really into his candles and stuff.
Nice.
Both Toby and Harry love having treatments and stuff like that. Harry was the one that came to the Turkish bath with me. So
nice. So they're not lads. They're not like, ooh.
Well, considering Harry's the rugby player and potentially will I think he's got aspects that he probably wouldn't share. There's the pockets of time.
There you go.
You know, so
maybe Tuesday night needs to be your pamper night.
Yeah.
And just the time when you just defrag. It's really hard with kids, though. I find it very hard. The better you get on with your kids, the more they won't leave you alone. It's a very strange have you noticed this? Like, if you're very close to your kids, they want to be with you all the time. It's like, no, I want to be really, really a great mum, and then I want you to go over there.
I know. Toby was like giving me a cuddle this morning, and he was like, "Oh, Mum, I wish I could just cuddle you all day." And
you're like, give me a break.
It's lovely. I love having a snuggle. And like some days I went on a course once, and they said if you can just spend like 5 minutes every morning with your children, and that's the only 5 minutes you get, like, to savor that 5 minutes. And I think Toby, more than anybody, I've always taken that 5-10 minutes in the morning when we can to like and be in the moment.
Not phone and stuff.
So that if the day then goes and you think, oh my God, I've done nothing, but then you can think back to that. I was in that moment. That might feel like it happened 12 years ago and not 12 hours ago, but it did happen.
Bless you. Well, listen, why don't you just take the iPad upstairs with you and just start running your bath now and start doing your prep. We won't, you can turn your video off or even leave the Zoom if you choose to. That's absolutely okay, because you can go and pamper you.
But I've nearly done Couch to 5K. I'm on week 8, run 3.
You're doing amazing, Sally. You're doing amazing, darling. You really are. I just keep saying to you, you still need that downtime.
Yeah.
That's all. But you're doing great stuff. You're like, I'm a new woman. It's really brilliant. But it's just being mindful
of those days where I feel like I try and work out why. You know, like today I've been trying to like what's going on, why am I, and I've got loads of things done still, which is great because it's all off the list. But
it's just making sure you're on the list still. Hey.
Yeah.
Note to self. That's all it is. But you're doing good guns, darling.
Thanks.
Let's post a picture of you in your fabulous mask. All right, sweet pea. Take care. Amy, my darling, how are you?
Always struggle to press the button.
How's it, darling?
I'm a bit all over the place.
Okay. How's did you sort the new job out?
I'm in the vetting process, so I had to fill in a massive form today about my financial situation, my family situation.
Making sure there's no murders and rapists in the gang.
It's the one time where it's beneficial that I don't have a partner living here, and I have one, and I don't have children or other people living here, because it cuts out
the whole lot of you.
Yeah, cuts out a huge part of the form, and the fact that I haven't got step parents, so I've only got one sibling, so it was all very quick, and I'm very no criminal activity or whatever, so that should all be fine. But I feel like there's a lot going on, even though there isn't.
Okay.
And I feel really overwhelmed that I can't do everything. But I spend a lot of time sat doing nothing, not
Okay. But
Emotive.
but
do
that's
anything.
procrastination, and it's a result of stress.
So I spend a lot of time in bed at the moment. If I haven't got to be downstairs for something, then I'll be in bed.
Okay.
And I don't like. I went and got my nails and my toes done, and I had my hair done recently.
Yeah, it looked beautiful.
But I'm not making it, like, day to day. I'm not making an effort, and I'm fed up with myself.
Okay.
Like, I cried today because I think I've got a sack of spider eggs outside my bedroom window, and I'm terrified. And I read that you should spray it with bleach, and I was scared to stick my arm out the window to spray it with bleach. So Danny did it, and then I cried because I live on my own and I can't do everything. There's things that I can't do. And I'm fed up of myself.
Oh, bless you, sweetheart. I mean, I think, right, okay, I might need to give you a little talking to on this one, because I think what you have to understand is that all of this stuff that's gone on at your previous job, okay, has put you under a huge amount of stress. And whenever you've been under a huge amount of stress, the other side of that is healing. And the only way that you heal that stress is with compassion. So I genuinely feel like you need to be more compassionate to yourself and less harsh with yourself. So you've got to find things that will help you to rest, but allow you to feel that you're being more productive somehow. So even if it's something like meditation or yoga or journaling. Are you still journaling?
I find it a lot.
Okay. What part of it? Is it the keeping tabs on yourself? Is it the filling out of the water and the sleep and the movement and stuff? Or is it the affirmations and the gratitude and the goals?
I think I'd be better off to have something blank where I just write down some parts of that, rather than like I sort of look at it and think it's a big job, and so I don't.
So maybe then just get yourself a pretty notebook and just write down what you've done. Maybe it's because you're not feeling like you're getting all of it done. It's almost like it almost feels slightly overwhelming or aggressive because you're not doing all the different elements of it. So it feels like, it feels like a judgment maybe.
The only thing I do religiously every day that is a fairy thing is my affirmations, and that's because it's in the right place.
Okay.
I turn over a new card in the morning when I brush my teeth.
Nice.
So I don't remember it, but I see it and I go, oh, here we go. And it's easy. So it gets done.
Can you not take it with you?
What do you mean?
Well, just like take the card and stick it to the back of your phone for the day. Genuinely. Do you know, like, just stick it, have some kind of like, I don't know, blue tack or something, and stick it to the back so that you say it in the morning, but then you take it with you. Because if you're lying in bed a lot, you're on your phone a lot. And if you're on your phone a lot, I take a picture of it and use it as your screen lock every day.
I find what I'm doing at the moment, because I don't have a proper job at the moment. I'm doing odd bits for people, and until I go to my permanent. So I've got a lot of free time that I shouldn't have. I don't agree with it at all. I'm being paid to do a job, and I'm not being utilised properly. That it's public money. I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
But I'm in the situation.
That's out of your control, though. You didn't choose that.
Yeah, and I could use that time for self-development, and I'm not.
Okay, because you're overwhelmed. So this goes back to
I'm out on the telly.
Yeah. So I think what if I were going to suggest anything to you this week, I think the only thing I'd say to you, instead of looking to numb it, because the thing is, if you're constantly numbing, nothing's getting healed. Okay. So I think this week, if you can choose one activity that's a healing activity rather than a numbing activity, and that doesn't mean you don't do the numbing, it just means for 10 minutes you do something else just to get you started to feel like you're taking control of your healing journey, and you're taking control of getting yourself back to where you want to be. So it could be just a 10-minute walk, or it could be 10 minutes of like really gentle yoga, because that would be amazing for your back and your knees. I know it scares you.
Yeah.
But
it's like I just feel like, I don't know. I don't want to say dead, but like a bit non-existent.
Yeah.
Like I want to get up in the morning and get dressed and do my hair and do my face and look good and feel good.
Can I ask you a question? You're asking yourself to, when you're not in the mood to do it for yourself, and you haven't got a job that you're supposed to do it for, and you feel invisible in the workplace because you're getting paid to do crap, basically, but you expect yourself to show up and like present to the world, because you with me? Like, I don't think I could.
Yeah.
I think when will you find out when the new job starts?
There's a lot of vetting to go through. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's always the same with ministry jobs.
It'll be a few months, possibly.
Oh wow, as long as that.
But like I've had issues with that friend again. I tried to make an effort to see her, arranged everything around her, and then she went, "I'm going to leave it tonight." And I find that so bloody rude, the way that she says it. And again, it's like, I just feel like everyone dismisses me, and
it's a slap in the face. It's very impolite.
I basically have my mum, my auntie, and Danny. That's it. Most of the time, that's it.
But the thing is, if you look at your life as a boat, right, and the different compartments on the boat are what keeps it afloat. So you have work, you have pleasure, you have fun, you have activities, hobbies, people, pets, you have all these different areas. And if you're always focused on the same little area, it feels like you're drowning. So you're going to have, it's just thinking about, how do I expand outside of that? I mean, this friend has shown you several times that she's a very selfish human.
I've had enough. Yeah.
So it's just thinking about, what can you do? And we were talking before about hobbies and what new hobbies you could get round and about. I still really think that's a really good idea, whether it's axe throwing or making pottery or just doing just nice things, Amy, for yourself, even if it's flower arranging, which sounds like a really granny thing. But
problem is, I don't know what I want to do. And like there was someone I was listening to yesterday, because you probably know that anyone in MLM, it's all been shaped by the death of this. And a few people have gone, life is too short, I am getting back to this, I'm doing this, I'm doing it. And one of them is a coach that I used to follow. She's a little bit crackers, so I kind of went off of it. But it was very much like, now's the time to restart. And she asked really basic questions, and so I wrote them down. And it was like, who are you? What energy are you putting out? What do you want from life? Who do you need to be to get what you want from life? I don't even know what I want. So how do I gotta be?
You do know what you want.
I don't know if I do.
you do know what you want, you're not sure if you can have it. Those are not the same thing. You know exactly what you want.
I feel like that needs to come in and straighten my life out for me, because I can't do it.
And unfortunately, even if I came down to you for a day and we got everything done, it would go back to where it is, because you're the only one that can do it, darling. And I'm really, I'm that's not me being crass. That's just, it has to be an inside job. And what I want you to do, Amy, is think about, instead of looking at that huge, great big picture, like that great big bloody mountain, thinking, I cannot climb this mountain. I want you to just pick one thing this week that you can win at. One thing. And just hold yourself, you know, pick something that you can do. And it might be something small that you do every single day. You post it in the group and just say, I've done it today, hashtag accountable, hashtag Amy wins, hashtag day one. Do you know what I mean? And just, even if it's just drinking 2 litres of water. As basic as that sounds, I need you to start being able to do something.
It's basic.
You can win. Yeah, but I need you to start winning at something, because we need to build this back up for you. Can you do that for me? Just literally, if it's just, as I said, if it's just 2 litres of water a day, measure it out, make it a thing, take pictures of all the glasses or all the bottles that you're using, put it in the group, hold yourself accountable. And celebrate it every single day. Because the thing is, your brain's going, well, you haven't got a job, and that guy's this, and that friend let you down, and this isn't, and your brain's just going, nah, at you, and it's, what a place to live, mate.
And you can stick your hand out the window to spray spiders.
Yeah, and you can't even do that. Do you know what I mean? So your brain's just going, well, you're crap. And then you wonder why it feels uncomfortable and painful, and then you're doing things that make you feel numb, because numb is better than that. Okay, so all I need you to do this week, can you do the 2 litre of water?
I did buy a new jug that's 2 litres, because
Perfect.
I really need to be drinking water, and I'm not.
Okay, so can we just agree, you and me together, that that's what you're going to do? And every time they don't, you know, take a picture at the beginning of the day, take a picture at the end of the day, you know, and just let us celebrate with you. And I know you're going to be like, oh, I should be able to do more than that. The rest of it, you need to win at one thing, something where you can achieve. And do you know what? You might drink that 2 litres of water and you go, do you know what? I could have a sneaky glass more. And that's a bonus. Are you with me? Then you've overachieved. All right? Because we need to get you back to a place where something's going right. You're doing something for yourself.
I should be happy.
Amy, should is a very, very dangerous word, because it's a massive slap in the judgment face. Okay? You don't have to be anything other than what you are right now. All we need to do is get you to move forward, even if it's that big a step at a time, but move forward, acknowledge the movement, acknowledge, celebrate the win, and next week, do something more. Okay? So 2 litres of water a day, post it in the group to keep yourself accountable. If you drink any more, go say yourself, look at me, overachieving. It's a bonus, right? Start with the basics. But you have to celebrate it. Because we have got to get your brain back to this path of, yes, Amy can. Deal? Yeah? You're like, come on, we'll do it. Sarah's offering to do online yoga with you. There you go. That could be a thing. Why not?
Right, that's pushed me out my comfort zone. So come on, we're cracking on it together, all right? And we'll kick each other's butts. I mean it. I'll message you.
Yeah, thank you. And it only has to be 10 minutes. Do you know, if you think that yoga has to be like this 1 hour performance and you have to be like in a teeny tiny lycra piece of that, so I do yoga in my pajamas every day. Sometimes I wear my fancy yoga pants when I'm taking pictures, and the rest of the time I'm in my pajamas. So crack on. Yeah, you've got a buddy now. You and Sarah together. All right? Fab. Becky, my lovely, how are you? How's life? You found it?
I
Yeah,
am.
there you go.
I couldn't find which mouse worked. I have too many in front of me. None of them were working. Yes, yeah, it's been a good week. My birthday was yesterday, so that was nice. Had a
Happy
nice
birthday.
thank you. So, and it's also my wedding anniversary, so it was
Wow. You were
yeah.
convinced that you were going to stay together then?
Well, I was a bit stupid, really. It proposed my birthday. I got married. We eloped, so it was a bit.
Oh,
bit
nice.
different. So we eloped to Gretna Green.
It's always the quiet ones, isn't it? You've got to watch them. Have you noticed? It's Ree as well. I've got my eye on her, but no. Amazing. So how long have you been together?
About I think it's 19 years now.
Oh, well done.
and then married 15.
Amazing.
So a bit of a we don't celebrate hugely, but like, so it was nice meal out, and then we had the day together yesterday, so that was quite nice.
But you say you don't celebrate massively. That's a thing of beauty, because it's reconnecting. It's a recommitment to each other and reconnecting to each other and just celebrating that relationship.
Yeah.
I think it's lovely.
Yeah, we don't do big. Yeah, we don't need to do the big celebrations. So the little ones.
I don't do big celebrations.
Nice. Yeah.
Apart from if it's my kids. You know what I mean? But for me, I just.
Well, that's why we eloped, to get married.
There you go. Why spoil the theme now?
Exactly.
Perfect.
But no, so that was very nice. Yeah.
And how's the work and how's the work-life balance going, and how's the pockets of time for yourself? And
trying to get a little bit more, trying to get that work-life balance. I've been listening again to the August the podcast, and trying to just sometimes repeating them, and just trying to work out just to increase that work-life balance. And this last few weeks have been much better. I had I've had a holiday, and I've had a few days off, and so a few different things, which has been really nice.
So your energy's not just gone drain. You've been topping it back up again. How is the bloke? Is he still off, or is he back?
He's still off.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think I haven't spoken to him since. I think they're still struggling to work out what it is. So yes, they're still struggling there. So we'll see. See if they find out what it is. But it's a difficult one, because she's got to want to manage, but then so we're all managing, but of course wanting back. So for him to get back for himself as well. So
yeah, of course. But do you feel like work is in a more stable place now? There's less, because I know it was a very tense period getting these new products launched.
Yeah, it was, and it is it's a much better place. That focus has also shifted, so I look after products that are on market, whereas my counterpart looks after new product developments.
Right.
So the thing has shifted from the focus on my side, getting products to continue to be on market, to what's happening in 2024 and what's coming next. And
perfect.
So
you've got a bit of a breather.
I'm quite happy for the focus to be over there, while we can sort of crack on and sort out all the other things.
Nice. So if you're looking at the 4 pillars now, so if we look at the 4 pillars, and we look at rituals, and we look at feeding your fairy, if I said to you, okay, Bex, I've got a magic wand, which one am I changing for you?
I'm trying to do the feed the fairy, so that side. I think there's a little bit. So I'm doing some things on my. I think the one thing, feed my fairy, when I'm doing things. So I do my painting, and I do different things for myself, which is fine. I can do that, and it's nice. I think I'd quite like what I need my focus in. We moved house, and I left a lot of friends where I was before, and I think that's the thing that's maybe missing in my life at the moment.
Are they still within distance, or are they?
No, so it's quite a long.
Okay, so it's making new friends.
Yeah, it's definitely making new friends.
So where did you find those friends from? How did you make them?
It was the area before, so it was a very small village. Everyone knew each other, which was fine at first, and then got
a bit incestuous.
Yeah, very
always
much
does.
Yeah, it was like being at school again. Like
everybody knows. Oh, I saw you
You
walking
were-
up the high street with so-and-so. What were you up to? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pleased to be away from there.
Good.
But the other side of it is, yeah, I did have there was some friends, and it was, when it was all nice, it was fine, but then it got a little bit bad. But I quite like to, it's thinking about how to get myself out there a little bit, do some hobbies.
Yeah.
I like a mix. So
I think that's a good shout. It's like, you know, meeting people, because when you're little, how do you meet people? You have friends from dance class, you have friends from swimming lessons, you have friends at the horse riding, you know, that's how you have friends. And actually adult friends are not that much different. So if you had, let's say you decided, oh, I'm going to go quilting, I want to make a quilt, right? I don't know if that's sewing is of any interest to you whatsoever, but let's just presume I want to make a quilt. You could find a quilting class that meets every Wednesday night, or, well, not Wednesday night because that's Fuji Fairy night, but like every like Monday evening, and go and see them every week, and you will start to have those feelings of friendship and connection and belonging again, which is what I suspect you're saying, really.
Yeah. I think that's the side, because I think that's a bit that's missing. I don't have very much of a family. I lost both my parents like 7 years ago, so there's that side, very small family. So I would like
both parents.
So in 2016 me and my husband, we lost 3 parents in 2 months.
Wow.
6 weeks, 2 months.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Quite an
I was to say
extreme
wow
period.
again, because that's a lot.
Yeah. So my dad passed away, then Mark's dad, and then on Mark's dad's funeral, my mum passed away on the day of my Mark's dad's funeral. So it was like,
Bless
so it was quite a year.
It's traumatic.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, looking back now, do you feel like you've had time to grieve and time to heal from it? Because it can be quite tricky when you've got kids.
Yeah. I think it's a continuous. I think we did, because we went through it together. There was such a, I wouldn't do it again, of course, but like, because we were both in that same place, we both went through it, and we managed through it together, really. And there was the whole grieving, but then there was the house and everything else, and especially on my side. So I think grieving is like a continuous thing, you know. Like I'm still grieving. It's still
it is, and
it will be continuing.
Yeah, and the wave hits you every once in a while. You know, I can be just minding my business, and somebody walks past me wearing my mum's perfume, and I could drop on my knees and cry in like that. You know, you don't know when it's going to come up. Yeah,
and it was summer, so it sort of happened between June and August. So that's something I always have to be mindful of as well, because that probably impacted in some of the other discussions that we had, that I wasn't, because not realizing it's only usually afterwards that I go, it's that time, because I don't remember, and I think I don't remember dates. I know it's around that time that it happened.
Yeah, I don't remember dates because I didn't want to.
Yeah, I don't remember any of the dates. I don't remember the dates they died. Don't remember the dates the funeral. Don't remember anything.
No, I don't.
It's not. I remember the birthday. That's
yeah.
That's fine. Don't remember any, and I can find them. I've not, but
yeah, I'm the same, because I don't want to build up to that point every year. I just don't find it necessary in my life. Everyone handles grief very differently, but you know, like we've been saying to to Sarah today, and also to Sally, it's about finding this journey of personal development, Becky. It's about knowing you. There's not right, there's not wrong, there's not comparatitis. It's just, how do I work, and how do I work best? And if I feel like this, then I need to. It's like if this, then that kind of exercise, which is probably, like, you're very good at that with your job, you know. But it's just figuring out. And so when it comes towards summer, it's actually planning things in that soothe you and calm you and make you feel cherished and connected.
Yeah.
So that period of time doesn't build up as you don't realize it, because we don't realize we're holding our breath until we start to breathe again.
Yeah.
Are you
exactly
with me?
Right. Yeah.
And then you end up with all kinds of aches and pains and stuff that you don't. Why am I so tired? Why does my head hurt? Why does my back hurt? Why is this gone funny? And it's because you've been doing this without realizing.
Yeah. It always gets to like the end of August, I'm like, oh, Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's a reason for it.
It's almost like, you know, your kind of how I work best might be a monthly thing, and you have like a calendar, and you just remind yourself in this month, like, so for example, I love Christmas. I'm a massive Christmas fan. I go all out, right? Couldn't give a shit about Halloween. Excuse my language. Couldn't give a shit about Halloween. Easter, I'm not bothered about. Valentine's can piss off, right? But Halloween, but Christmas is a big deal for me, right?
Yeah.
So I know that I have to have energy in the kind of first 3 weeks of December, because so then if I backstack November, and it's just looking at it as an annual thing for me. You know, I'm always exhausted at the end of August because the kids bloody go back to school. I'm like, please go back to school. I love them. They're gorgeous. But do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's knowing which bits of wear feel more intense for you and which bits feel better for you, and it's just having that thought of again, like a cycle, and just being aware of it, because you can start preempting it.
Yes. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, I think you can. I feel like I do, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I was really stressed at that time, and I go back and go, well, of course, stupid woman. But yeah,
but you're doing good. I do think having a hobby and having something other than the family and work is a good shout, because you do a lot in both of those little pockets, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I suppose I feel you focus on your time. I'm trying to make sure the balance is right. But you want to fill your time in and do different things. So I focus on them, but there's definitely a gap. There's a gap there that I need away from everything. Yeah. And I don't want friends at work. I'm not bothered.
No, because then
I used to have friends at work. Yeah, where I used to work for a very long period of time, and actually 2016 I also took redundancy at the beginning of 2016. So it was a hell of a year.
That was a year.
Yeah. But when I got back into work, then it wasn't as close, because I've not been with them for such a long time. I worked previously in a company for 16 years, so like it was a long time. So I knew people for a long time, and now I'm not bothered to make. I'm perfectly friendly with everybody.
You're cordial and everything's fine.
Very nice. Yeah, and we'll have lunch and chat and everything. But I don't need to be close friends.
No. Well, I think try and have a brain dump this week and see what hobbies you would actually like. I find it really good to like scroll through Facebook and pay attention to what your body tells you. So if you're scrolling through Facebook and you go, oh, that looks really nice. Okay, that's good information. You know, I'd love to, fill in the missing blank. You maybe like to horse ride, see me galloping through the fields, or maybe it's you're looking at Reeve stuff and it's all the beautiful knitting and crochet and you think, oh, do you know, I'd love to do that. But have a look, just like pay attention to what hurts. I know that sounds bizarre, but when you figure out what hurts, when you look at it, you figure out what you really want.
Okay. Yeah.
And then build a kind of a little, even just a little one to begin with, like a little social life around it. Find a class or something. Yeah. All right, my lovely. Fantastic. Ree, how are you, my love?
Okay.
Elaborate.
Okay, I'm just tired. It's been a full-on day today.
Okay, tired lupus tired, or tired mum, wife, house tired?
Yeah, the second one.
Okay, well, that's not bad. I mean, it's better than the other one.
Yeah, it is. It's an improvement.
Yeah, because the other one, you can't do anything about it.
No.
When you go to bed and you reset and you'll be all right in the morning. So what's going on now is college. How's that going?
Yeah, we've had a few issues, like a meltdown on the train platform because she got to the station where she changes and they cancelled the train.
Oh, but that's understandable though.
I'm like, oh. But luckily my brother came to the rescue because he has to drive past that station, so he diverted.
Okay, bless him. So how's things going with your brother? Because you've mentioned your brother twice in the last 2 Zooms. How's that going?
Yeah, it's fine. We kind of don't talk. We've never talked much.
No.
But I think now because him and Tabby go the same direction, he's trying to like help.
Be a good uncle for a change.
Yeah.
Call it what it is. Okay.
So I'm just going with the flow.
Listen, if he's helping out and she's okay with it, because it's one thing him offering to help, but it's nothing about Tabitha being comfortable, because obviously, you know, that there has to be a two-way street. So
Yeah.
she's all right with her uncle? She's all
Yes,
better than
loves
with
him
the
to
grandma?
bits. Oh god,
Oh.
yes.
Awesome. So that's actually, you might be, I know this sounds strange, but it might actually end up being like quite a weirdly good relationship,
Yeah.
because neither of them are very communicative,
No.
but they can be non-communicative together.
Yeah, because when he picked her up and he dropped her at college, he rang me and said she's there. He said, and we didn't say a word to each other.
Yeah, but if they're both okay with that, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't, you know, she doesn't always like to talk, does she?
No.
So fair enough. I mean, it would drive me mad. I'd be like, again, what's wrong with you? Well, what do you think? You know, like I'd have to poke. You know? But he's fine with being, you know, just in his own thoughts. She's fine with just being in her own thoughts. They might have a weirdly good bond.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's okay at college.
Yes.
And you're now enjoying your freedom. I saw some lovely little bags and some, what else I saw? I saw a little shawl.
Yeah, I'm working on a shawl at the moment.
Love
I've
that.
done bags and a poncho so far.
Poncho, that was it. And the poncho had a lot more interaction than the bags.
Yes.
Information, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Just information system.
I was just doing with whatever I've got in at the minute.
Yeah, exactly. And it, you know, the thing is, you only know what people want when you do it, and they go, yeah, I like that, or they just go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
No one's gonna be rude. You know, no one's gonna go, I hate them. But they're just, you know, if they really like one thing. Tash would love to see pictures. You need to join Marie's group, Tash. What's it called? It's at Bougie Knits.
Yeah, bougie knits, yeah.
So join her group. She posts in there.
Cool. I'll look for it.
Thank you, darling. But it's lovely to see you starting to post again and have that kind of. And Dan's business, obviously, it can't be as busy in this time of the year, though. Surely. Okay.
Yeah, we're quoting for 2 jobs at the moment.
Well, at least Tabby's at college, so you've got that time during the day.
Yeah.
But it's good. How are you doing lupus wise, and you know, how's everything going? Has the flare gone?
Fingers crossed at the moment. It's all right.
Yay. So did you discover anything new about how you healed from it, or how you managed to negate the symptoms, or is it just same old, same old?
It's just the same. It's just, but I will just take tomorrow morning with whatever I wake up with.
Yep. Fair enough. Hopefully it's another good day.
Yep.
So same question that I asked to Becky, if I could wave a magic wand at the moment and change one of your pillars, which one am I changing?
Oh, it'd have to be my nutrition. That's gone to pot at the minute. I'm working on it, but it has gone to pot.
Okay, we might have to apply Yoda principle.
Yes.
Sorry, for those of you who don't know what the Yoda principle is, it's do or do not, there is no try. So what does it need? Sunday night planning? Master meal plan?
I need to get back to planning. It went a bit awry because of going dairy free and getting my head round.
So can you look at that with compassion and say it was a lot to take on board?
Yeah. I'm getting there.
Okay. So planning, how are you going to start planning?
I've got my list, which I will start again this week before I do shopping.
Good.
But it's just every day, it's just, okay, I've made one better choice than I made yesterday. And I'm just going from that at the moment.
Beautiful. And that's all you can ask from yourself, hey?
Yeah.
Tash is also, Tash, are you lactose intolerant?
Gluten, but I did a dairy-free diet for a while before I was diagnosed as gluten intolerant, because I thought I was lactose intolerant and I wasn't.
So maybe you can write a cookbook together or something interesting.
I've got lots of recipes if it helps.
Ooh, yes, please.
There you go. Because that might be what it needs. Just somebody else going, oh, I tried this one, it tastes like pants. Because the problem with some of the lactose frees, it's like my youngest was lactose intolerant when before she hit puberty, and then she's okay now, like 10 years later. And it was some of the cheeses that I used to buy, and she'd just look at me and go, you know, like absolute abject horror with this puddle on her plate.
They're made out of oil, that's why. They're disgusting.
Oh, foul.
Yeah. They're
So,
made
but
from
we're happy for you. But on that note, good luck. And we're like, it's disgusting. No, but you'll be fine, Ray. You'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? But it's using yourself. I mean, with all the best will in the world, it's using yourself as a guinea pig and just allowing yourself to understand that it's trial and error. You will magically fall upon. For Jenna, it was that she could have pasta, and then there was one hard cheese that when it was grated finely like Parmesan didn't taste like sweaty feet, and that was a success at the time.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but there's just one that was reasonably Parmesan like. So
yeah, she's working on it.
yeah. But if you can just, she says I'm being a bit greedy, but just remember that rainbow food isn't got any lactose in it.
Yeah, see, I had to learn that because I was looking at it all, and lactose still has dairy. I have to be completely dairy free, not lactose. And I was like, okay, I've now learned something.
Yeah.
I get that.
Coconut oil was my best friend, because we used to cook a lot in coconut oil, and it gives you that sweetness as well.
Yeah.
Try. See how it goes, darling. But yeah, get a hold of Tash, you two, see if you can figure out some fabulous recipes, and then you can post them in the Love Your Body group as well. We can share them. That'll be fab. Not that I have zero intention of being lactose free. I've got enough problems with being alcohol free and pretty much meat free at the moment. If you take my cheese away from me, I'll just cry. I'll just sit in a puddle and cry at this point. But hey ho. But you're looking calmer, but also happier.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like you're kind of a little bit glowy at the moment, which is beautiful. So whatever you're doing, it's working.
Okay,
carry on. And the attitude of I'm just doing one bit more than I did yesterday is absolutely bloody perfect, mate. Love that. Love, love, love. All right, Madonna, have you got any questions, or are you all groovy?
I'm okay.
All right, sweetheart. Well, let me know how you get on with the lactose stuff, and honestly use the group to bat ideas about, because you never know, there might be other people in there that are either lactose intolerant or have lactose kids, and they can just steer you in the right directions. All right, sweet pea. And Tash, by no means least, how are you, my love?
Yeah.
Okay, hit me with the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I'll start with the bad and I'll lead on to the good.
Go for it.
So we've had a lot of birthdays in September. So we've got a lot of birthdays in September. We've got an 18th, a 70th, a 16th.
Oh God, they just
so
open your purse and just throw it away.
Basically, we all chip in for presents, so we don't buy separately because there's too many of us, to be honest. And my sister, the sister down from me, so I've got 4 sisters. The next sister down from me was down from, she lives in Leek, which is a few hours drive away, and she came down, and her ex-husband rang her and said that he'd been diagnosed with colon cancer. Initially, we didn't know whether to believe him or not, which is really sad. And there's
but it's based on form, I'm afraid.
There's a long history. Yeah. There is a very, very long history. It turns out it's true. He's lost a lot of weight. He looks very ill. They removed a 10-centimeter tumor from his colon.
Holy shit balls.
Yeah, that's kind of what we said as well.
I always feel like, how do you not know? I mean, that's like...
He's a functioning alcoholic.
Oh, okay, that's how you not know. Fair enough.
Yes, that's how you don't know, because you just drink away the problem.
What problem?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just struggling with it a little bit. Obviously, my friend passed away a couple of weeks ago from pancreatic cancer. Her Memorial's on the 21st.
So
I'm not gonna go. I wasn't, don't get me wrong, she wasn't a close friend, but I get these sorts of things affect me quite badly.
Is that because it's a fear, or because there's just been too many of them?
Just she left behind a 9-year-old.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
And that does play into your fear, don't forget.
Yeah, and she was 3 years younger than me. And do you know what I mean? And it just is,
yeah,
pardon my French, shit.
Yeah, and it hurts more when you feel like you're in a similar position, in that she's a similar age, her kids are a similar age. It becomes much more real in your soul.
Yeah, so she was part of my wider friendship group when I was living at home, when I was in my late teens, early 20s. So it goes back to when I was at home. My sister's ex-husband I was friends with before my sister met him and got together with him. So I was friends with him before the alcohol was a problem.
So the alcohol became a problem through their marriage?
No, it just became a problem. It just, as the years went on, we grew up, he didn't, he stayed in the pub, we didn't. If you get where I'm coming from.
I know exactly those type of men.
So yeah, so she told him to stop drinking and he ignored her. And he carried on. He said there wasn't a problem. She arranged for him to go to Alcoholics Anonymous. He either said he went and they told him he didn't have a problem, etc. But we all knew there was a problem.
Yeah.
Every time he came round to do some work around here, and after he'd gone, I'm still finding beer cans from when he was round. So, you know, that's the extent of the problem. My sister wants nothing to do with it. She's actually been very clear, and I know why. Yeah, and that's absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I just feel very conflicted because we don't think he's going to see Christmas.
Okay. So has she asked you not to have anything to do with him?
No, but I know the confliction isn't with her telling me what to do. It's with my own sense of what's right and wrong. And I know what he did. And I went through it with her, and I tried to. There were so many times when I was there when he did stuff, and I saw what she went through, and I tried to stop it, and I couldn't.
So if you're around him, then it will actually trigger those memories, do you think?
No, I feel bad because I don't want him to be on his own.
It's a hard one.
It's really difficult.
It is a hard one because no matter how big of an arsehole you've been, you shouldn't die alone.
Exactly.
Who else has he got? Because alcoholics have very few people generally.
The people in the pub.
Okay.
He's got the people in the pub. I know he's got his sister. Well, he's got two sisters in town who live in town. But I had lunch with one of them with my sister on Saturday, and she actually blatantly turned around and said, "I've got my own life. I will be there for him, but not to the extent that he probably needs."
Ouch.
Yes, she's very straight to the point and blunt, and she'll call a spade. Yeah, absolutely, you do. She's actually quite terrifying, to be honest.
Good luck. So maybe he doesn't want around that much then. Yeah.
Lovely, but terrifying at times. She's actually a very nice person, just very blunt and straight to the point. So good to have in your corner, but not to have against
make
you.
an enemy of her. I mean, no. He has got other people. The thing is that he has done wrong by your family.
Absolutely.
And he has got other people, Tash, that are supposedly still around him.
Supposedly, being the very, yeah.
Word. But the thing is that this is going to sound really harsh. And I promise you it's going to sound harsh. and there's nothing I can do to make it sound less harsh, but just know that I'm saying it to you with love. You die by the rules that you create in your life. So if you've been a kind and generous and sweet and loving person, you die with everyone around you who loves you and cares for you. If you've been a complete git,
I know.
so it's not it's not your burden to carry. And I think you're going to have to put it down, my love.
Scott said the same thing to me.
Well done, Scott, if he's there.
He's over there.
But it isn't yours to carry, and it's a big one. And I wouldn't, this is going to again sound really mean, but it's not, genuinely. I wouldn't do it unless for the people I care about the most, because watching someone die is one of the most harrowing things you will ever go through.
I know. I did it in 2020.
But you only do it to your soul, for the people that absolutely have earned the right. And I'm afraid, darling, he's not one of them.
No.
So wish him well. You know, in your soul, you can, when you think of him, wish him well. But it's not your burden, honestly.
I know.
You're such a good, you're one of your top strengths is honesty, darling. And you have this sense of justice and fairness and kindness. And that's something that everybody about you loves. We all love that about you. But you can be your worst enemy at the same time with it.
I know I can be too
giving and too caring and too involved, and you take on the hurt of it all. So I'm telling you really straight, but with love, it's not your problem. Okay?
I know. We'll also be picking the kids up afterwards because there's 5 of them.
Which is something you can do. And you can support your sister in that way, because that's a positive thing. That is they have earned the right for that from you. They're your blood, they're your family. That's okay.
It was Tyler's 18th, my nephew, at the weekend, and he was one of the birthdays that we had, and he went round to see him, and he hadn't remembered that he was 18. He knew it was his birthday, but he hadn't remembered how old he was.
Yeah, but that's a drunk.
Yep.
We know that.
And the first thing he did when the kids went round there was took them down the pub.
Yeah, because he's a drunk, darling. That's all he knows.
Yeah.
But you die by the rules that you create.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, moving on to something a bit more positive. I had my very first audit today, business audit for the lab.
Right. Smashed it.
So pretty much a couple of small little things that I knew were going to come up. I knew they were going to be an issue, and one of them was just signatures on documentation, which goes back to COVID and not being able to get signatures on paper. It's quite simple. So
and that's completely understandable. So you knew it was going to come up. It came up. Cool.
Yeah. Another one which was quite a big compliment was that he asked why we weren't UCAS accredited, which is quite a big thing for a lab.
Yeah.
And he said I'm working to the standard, so why are we not accredited?
Wow.
So I was really, really pleased with that
You must
comment.
have been so chuffed.
Yeah, and he'd spoken to a few other people across site, and he said that he'd noted that a few people across site had said key people were not being treated properly in the business. They'd actually said that to him.
So are you still going for your level 5?
I am aiming for it. We're having a big restructure at work at the moment, so we're waiting for everything to go through. I've got a meeting tomorrow morning. It's only a 15-minute meeting about the interview that I had. I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago now I had the interview. But I've got a meeting tomorrow morning about that for feedback. So I don't know whether I've got the job or not yet. I'm assuming not, because it's only a 15-minute meeting, but I don't know. So I'll find out tomorrow.
If you get the level 5 job or not?
Yeah. That's one of the level 5s. There's another level 5.
It sounds like there will be other ones that will become available.
There's 2 jobs I've gone for. The one of them I find out tomorrow. The other one I'm waiting for an interview.
Okay.
So yeah.
This guy that did the audit, how much sway does he have in creating policies and procedures within the department?
He's external.
Okay.
And he's external, but this is to do with the waste permit. So it's actually quite a big thing. So we will see what comes of it. But there are some findings that he's going to come out with, but they're nothing to do with things I've done. They're more to do with what hasn't been done by management, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, so all in all, positive.
Yeah.
And even the findings will be positive because it's about the state of the building rather than what's going on inside it.
Amazing. So at least that's a massive tick in the box then.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So no, it's good.
So
Good.
So obviously we've jumped onto another topic. Let's go back to the other topic, the first topic again. Does it feel more peaceful?
Yes, I think once we know more and we have an absolute prognosis, then I think I'll feel more at peace with it, to be honest with you.
I mean, if it again, not sounding harsh, he's going to go quickly.
I know.
Okay? So just be prepared for that one.
I know. I think they're doing him a favour, if I'm honest. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got brain mets, to be honest. He's had a few seizures and bits and pieces, so would not surprise me.
The problem with alcoholics, long-term alcoholics, it's like cirrhosis, all these things start popping up.
Yeah.
They don't get out of jail free card on that one.
No, they don't. And he was warned. He was told years ago that he needed to stop, and he just didn't. And it cost him his marriage.
Yeah, and his kids.
Yeah,
and his life, and his job. Yeah, that's how it goes, darling.
Yeah.
So sad. It's a sad one, but it's what it is. Okay. How are you doing with the kids? How's everything going? The kids all okay?
Yeah, they're all okay. Jaden's got COVID. He tested positive on yesterday, so we're now testing daily to make sure that we haven't got COVID. And because Jaden wasn't feeling very well, he was really cuddly with me on Sunday. So literally,
you're in the firing line.
Yeah, so when we dropped him off, I think he hugged me about 5 times before I got back in the car to come home. So I'd be really surprised if I don't come down with it.
You never know. I mean, you just don't know, because no one bloody knows how much immunity is built up when and by and where and by what.
Well, to be honest, I've come into contact. So Freya had COVID at Christmas a couple of years ago. And she sat on my lap throughout Christmas, cuddled up to me, and I didn't come down with it.
Yeah.
And then Addison came home from holiday and had COVID. And again, I was sat up on the bed phoning 111 for her because she also had an infection. And I still didn't come down with COVID, even though I was sat on the end of her bed for half an hour. Do you know what I mean? So, if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
I'm not fussed. It's like, well,
we're all kind of like at this point, aren't we? Whatever.
Yeah. So they're all right. They've just started. Freya's just started secondary school.
Wow,
so,
big one.
Yeah. So that's quite a big thing, and she's dealing with her Hashimoto's quite well.
Is she?
She had long COVID, which caused Hashimoto's. So
she actually got. Oh wow. Ooh.
Yeah. So she had COVID, and then afterwards she was really tired.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the fatigue, isn't it?
Yeah, and it triggered Hashimoto, so she's now on medication for it, and she will probably be for life.
Well, she will be for life if she's got to manage the symptoms.
Yeah. But no, she seems to be liking secondary school though, so that's good.
So, well, I mean, take the wins where you can, because it's a bumpy ride for the girls.
Oh, don't we know? She's delightful at times.
Yeah, I could almost tolerate her for at least 10 minutes. Yeah. Bless your heart. Well, it's lovely to see you, darling.
Thank you.
If you know where I am if you need me, even if you just want to rant, just send me a voice note ranting.
Thank you. Scott's welcoming that one.
Yeah, because sometimes you need to rant to somebody other, and feel free to just honestly rant. Just get a voice note, press play, and just rant at me. I'm perfectly okay.
Yeah, I feel better for getting it all out, if you know, for just blaring. So thank you.
No, you're very welcome, and you know, I've given you my opinion, which I genuinely think is the right thing. So I hope that just releases you from the burden.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I do agree with you.
It's just hard when you're such a good human to think about somebody being on their own, but he has created that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bless your heart. Oh, sending big hugs.
Thank you.
Lots of love, darling. Right, my lovelies, I will love you and leave you. I've got no clue what's going on. Tomorrow's Wind Down Wednesday, which I will now re-email everybody again and go, oops. I was there thinking I'm on it. I'm sitting on Tuesday night. I'm so cool. I made a mess. Hey ho. The best laid plans of mice and men and people with ADHD. All right, my lovelies, take care and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.